444 is an angel number and one of the most protective ones you can receive. It means your guides are with you right now, and it carries a specific directive depending on what you're already currently navigating. But here's what makes 444 more interesting than every other angel number. The West consider it one of the most protective signals you can receive. East Asia consider it one of the most inauspicious. You keep seeing 444 on your phone at 4:44 p.m. on a receipt, on the number plate, at the exact moment you were thinking about something you haven't told anyone. And before you even looked it up, you felt something. That feeling is not random. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which meaning is active for you and which Ascended Master is trying to work with you right now. Of all the repeating number sequences, 444 has the highest and most consistent association with one specific experience. Not something good is coming, not you're on the right track, something more immediate. I felt protected. I felt like something was watching over me. I knew I wasn't doing this alone. That's the report. Your guides, whether you call them angels, ancestors, higher self, the universe, or simply the deeper intelligence that moves through your life, they are present with you right now, not waiting for you to be further along, more sorted out, or less of a mess. They are here in this moment. Stay with me because what I'm about to tell you next is the thing that makes 444 more interesting than any other angel number, and it involves buildings that refuse to acknowledge certain flaws exist. The guide's message isn't arbitrary, it's built into the number itself. 4 is a number of foundation, and it shows up everywhere, not because ancient civilizations were coordinating, but because they were all paying attention to the same reality. 4 directions: north, south, east, west. 4 elements: earth, water, fire, air. 4 seasons completing a full cycle, and 4 chambers of the heart. 4 is the number that shows up to everything. It's been doing this for thousands of years, quietly, without credit. Honestly, 4 is the most underappreciated number in existence, holding everything up while 7 gets all the attention. So, 444 is foundation amplified, held from multiple directions at once, which is exactly what a guide does. They are holding the structure on the ground you're walking on so that it's solid enough to carry you. And one more thing, 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. The number of Ascended Masters. Your foundation isn't just being held by invisible support, it's being held by accumulated wisdom. The cultural split. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In Chinese and Japanese culture, 4 is associated with death. The word for 4 in Mandarin, 4, sounds almost identical to the word for death, 死. In Cantonese and Japanese, the overlap is even closer. This gave rise to tetraphobia, a genuine widespread cultural avoidance of the number 4. Buildings across China, Japan, and Korea routinely skip the 4th floor entirely. Some skip every floor with a 4 in it. 4, 14, 24, 34. The entire 4 family banned from the elevator panel. Both traditions agree 4 is foundational, structural, and of real consequence. The difference is just in the direction. Now, if you're watching this video and you search for 444, you felt something when you saw it. That is not the energy of someone receiving a death omen. That's the energy of someone receiving a message. So congratulations, you got the angel number version. Drop in the comments Western tradition or Eastern one, because either way, something brought you here, and that part isn't random. Before we close, this is the part that's specific to you. Signs are a form of divination, one of the oldest spiritual practices on earth. Whether you're early in your awakening or deep in it, this is where we find what's specifically active for you right now. Divination works through intention. So before I show you the symbols, take one breath and ask internally, what is 444 trying to tell me right now? Have you picked the symbol? The lotus, The lotus represents Kuan Yin, the compassion signal. You've been giving, managing, making yourself available to everything and everyone. Kuan Yin is here for the part of you that hasn't been tended to. She responds without condition and without judgment. Let yourself be held and loved, and give yourself the priority and self-care and self-love that you need. Purple Heart, Saint Germain, the transformational signal. Saint Germain works with the violet flame, the alchemical fire that transmutes what no longer serves and clears the space for something new to occupy it. Trust the flame. The clearing is intentional. Let go of what's ready to go and ask Saint Germain to help you to transmute what no longer serves your highest good. Buddha, the mastery signal. Here's what most people get wrong about Buddha. He didn't leave the world to find peace. He sat down in the middle of it, he stayed, he watched, and he remained steady while everything around him moved. That's the teaching. Not escape, not detachment. Presence inside difficulty without being consumed by it. Buddha's last words were, "Be a lamp unto yourself, not follow my light. Not wait for someone to show you the way. Your own light, your own path. You already carry it. You are the lamp. You know the next step. Stop waiting for someone else to light the way for you. Take the lamp and move forward." The scroll. Thoth is the keeper of records, the scribe who writes down everything you came here to learn. And here's what his records show. Nothing in your life repeats by accident. The same relationship dynamic showing up in different people, the same situation arriving in a different form, the same feeling, trapped, overlooked, powerless, never enough, surfacing again even though the circumstances change. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern waiting to be understood instead of repeated. If Thoth called to you, something in your current situation has happened before. Not identically, but the feeling is similar. Stop trying to power through it or fix it on the surface. Ask instead, what is this situation showing me about myself that I haven't been willing to look at yet? But if this is a bigger karmic issue, then look for your friendly local healer to help you with this karmic pattern. The dove, Mary Magdalene, the reclamation signal. Mary Magdalene was one of Jesus' closest disciples, and for centuries her voice was buried under someone else's version of who she was. She had to reclaim her own story. If she called to you, somewhere along the way you've handed your power over. Not because it was taken, because it felt easier, safer, or more acceptable than standing in the full truth of who you actually are. That ends now. Reclaim one thing this week that you've been giving away. Your voice in the conversation, your time, your right to say no. The power was always yours. You just stopped claiming it. Drop your emoji in the comments. Which one caught out to you? And let me know if this is a new message or a reconfirmation. Either way, you're not crazy. You're just finally paying attention.